There is one word for everything I see. Not a cloud in the sky, but the sun in my eyes. Lord, I walking beside the tree. I walk the road. It's not like you, especially for me. I believe in you, it's because you are real.
What you just saw was a wonderful musical performance by the young, differently abled adults from various parts of Goa who came together to show their skills online with support from Atma Vishwas Center, Vocational Center, which has been working towards capacity building and confidence building amongst them in Goa, Verna since 2005. And with us we have a wonderful person, Lian de Gama, who is the founder member of this wonderful vocational center, which is making these young adults more confident of themselves and instilling in them a new motivation to go ahead and make a difference. Hello ma'am, welcome to Uncovering India session.
Thank you.
Please take us through the journey of Atma Vishwas Center. How did it come about in Goa?
Well, so Atma Vishwas has been a project that has actually started since 2000 in Mumbai. It was started out of the need to find suitable training post-school for my younger brother who has Down syndrome. Out of that wish to find him something suitable to do, I went on to do my training in special education from SLT University in Mumbai, and then I went to the US for a year and a half to work and train in a residential community for adults with disability. When I came back, I moved to Goa. The reason being that we have an ancestral home which we are utilizing now for this project. It has a lot of space, it has a lot of green, and it has a lot of peace. And this is how the journey of Atma Vishwas began. And in Goa, we've been here now since 2005, and it hasn't been an easy journey, but it has been one which has been very fulfilling and very blessed. And I'm glad that I can take this journey with these people, with these young adults and adults with special needs, and help them to move on a path where they discover for themselves what they can do, and we help them and the families to understand and accept what they can actually do, contrary to what maybe society believes.
So, if I may ask you, what are the kind of activities that you do with the young adults, and why young adults? Generally, we see a lot of intervention centers for young children. Is there was a conscious choice to work on young adults?
Yes, it was a very conscious choice to work with young adults because post school there is very little possibilities or very few possibilities for our young adults, especially those with intellectual disability. So we realized that it was an area that had to be looked at, it had to be tackled, and hence we decided to work specifically with adults, they're all 18 and above, to give them training and skills where with their families they would be able to make what we call micro businesses, so they could work from home or be employed or start a small how would you call it, like a micro business with other people with disability. So what we train them in is what we call home-based skills. So it's like in areas of paperwork, jewelry making, embroidery, cooking, baking, amongst other things, as well as what we call life skill training. But life skill training is something that comes automatically. We don't have any classes to maybe teach them to eat or to teach them how we are socially. We do it. So we all eat our lunch together, and then we wash our plates together, and then we go out to coffee, we go out for movies, we go out for outings, just like any other adult would do.
So how has been the journey till now? What are the challenges you encountered and how you are coping with them? And now especially in the backdrop of COVID lockdown,
Right.
how you have been imparting these training programs?
Yeah, so our major challenge is actually to get more people to come and join the program, young adults who finish with school and join us. But through the COVID, we realized we closed around the middle of March when the government said that all schools should be closed. And a lot of our people were struggling at home in the environment where they didn't know what to do. So then we said, okay, when June was coming and normally academics years start, and we started hearing that people are doing online courses, we said, why not? Let's take a chance. But it was very clear that the family had to be involved in this process because over a screen I cannot control or help them or assist them. So it was very encouraging that every young person who was with us has now one adult or a parent or a sibling who's accompanying them through these classes.
So do you feel happy, or do you think you are still not there where you want to reach? How are you moving ahead from where you are now?
So in the last so many years that we've been in Goa, there have always been questions, how do we make it better, how do we make it better? And sometimes we say good things come out of challenges, and this COVID challenge has really taught us, or taught me also personally, that if you want something, you can get it. Yeah, and these online classes are a very prime example of how if you want something really from within, it comes, and it just works.
Funding is a biggest challenge for all such kind of philanthropic activities that you are doing for a social cause. But how are you meeting the challenges of finance? Are you appealing to people to fund you, donors? What is the scenario like?
So we do have donors who are year by year donors. We do have some CSR partners as well. We are not an organization actually that goes out and asks, but people see the work that we do, feel empathetic towards it, feel encouraged, know that there is something good happening, and they come. So by God's grace, we have managed all these years to do what we are doing. There was also a large part that was initially put in by my family that gave us a corpus, and we also had a large corpus donor. So that has allowed us over time to function.
So before I conclude, one last question. 5 years down the line, where do you want to see Atmavishwas Center going?
5 years down the line, we had a lot of ideas, but now we have to relook at it because of the current situation. But definitely we want to see ourselves doing the work that we do, enhancing it, and being able to reach out to many more people than we are currently. That's where we see us.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the wonderful information that you shared with us. As you all just heard from Lian Digama ma'am, how a personal setback made the family come together for a common cause, for a larger cause, and we all hope and pray that the entire community joins her in this endeavor, because the young adults, the differently abled, the adults differently abled certainly need our support and complete focus. Thank you for your time. This is Shashwat Guptare for Uncovering India with my colleague Anvesha Ghosh.